Let's talk about your development of Women Involved, Men Evolve. What was your mission with that? Because that's such an interesting name. Let's talk about your mission and what you were really trying to get going with that organization.
The Women Involved, Men Evolved is a breast cancer foundation.
Oh, great.
Yes. We're dedicated to improving the quality of life through health and body care, nutrition, spa session therapy. And one thing that I noticed, I lost my mother. I lost my mother to the battle with breast cancer in 2005. And one thing I've noticed on why this foundation came about was because I cared for my mother when she was in the hospital the last few days. My sister, my brother, my father, and I cared for her. And I feel that it's important, just like the Victims Care Symposium,
Sure.
domestic violence, that the care that we give to patients, okay, is extended, because a lot of times workers tend to carry their emotions into their daily routine, and that goes for anybody.
Right.
So I feel that the foundation was something that I created to make sure that while these patients, victims, and survivors are going through the chemo sessions and radiation, that they have that empowerment to know that they are not alone, and to also know that there are other ways into making things
Right.
better. Yeah.
So that's a lot about your focus is just
Yeah.
as a health provider and a lecturer and a victims care
Yes.
is to empower people, be it
Yes.
with the breast cancer mission
Yes.
or the domestic violence mission.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit about your book. Tell us about this book.
Okay.
Tell us the title and about your main characters and all of that.
Okay, well, the name of the book is Behind Closed Doors. I am the author and independent publisher
Wow.
of this book. Behind Closed Doors is a story about 4 females who've been friends since their childhood years. And they deal with relationships differently
Right.
in their own way. And as they're getting older, certain issues come up in their life. And it's a story that anyone can relate to, male or female, with significant others. So I deal with issues of domestic violence, drugs, abuse, and I just wanted to tell a story that someone else can relate to, or if they feel like they're in a similar situation, maybe
That
they
would
could
be a way to relate to them. Well, as a victims care advocate, you've seen a lot. How long have you been a victims care advocate?
I've been a victims care advocate since 2003.
Right,
I
so
was
you-
I was actually working at cerebral palsy.
Right.
And I learned about life skills.
Yes.
I was a program coordinator, life skills, and victim care advocate for physically challenged individuals.
So you've seen a lot in terms of people who come to you who are victims of domestic violence or any other type of violence that may not have in the past been able to talk about it. What do you think are one of the main characteristics of that's the fear of persons talking about it or even trying to reach out and get help?
Well, one thing I want to say is that there is a myth. People tend to tell victims, oh, if someone is abusing you, the first thing you need to do is get out, but it's not that easy, okay? And when I partnered with Jeffrey Davis to do this program, taking the next step from victim to survivor, the whole purpose and how I could relate it to this is make sure that the victim is provided with counseling, nurturing, and confidence to become stronger individuals.
So let's talk about that. Talk about how you guys came together. And when you decided to come together, it was because of that one element alone? Let's talk about when you met each other and what you were thinking you can do as a synergized team.
Well, Jeffrey Davis is really active in the community.
I know.
He's active in the
Yeah.
community, and I met him when I was getting ready to do an interview at a radio station, starring Buck Wild Show. And I've been with him, assisting him since then, and that was sometime last year. And this is before I even released the
Your
book.
book.
So he was really supportive in attending my book signing and book release. And I wanted to assist him in whatever he had to do and help me build,
Right.
you know, on what I need to
Right,
do to
right.
empower youth,
Right.
senior citizens,
Women.
younger women, men who's going through different types of violence. And we talked about doing a program when he said he came to me and said that this is a big program to do with
Right.
Kingsbrook Medical Center,
Right.
and I assisted him
Right.
and helped him in
Kind of
trying
develop
to
that
yes,
piece
the
of it.
curriculum and workshops,
Right.
so we can go ahead and start and continue the mission.
Sure,
that,
sure.
That, you know, his
Absolutely.
brother even started, and this is
I
a big
know.
month too because his brother's birthday is this month. What was the date?
April 3rd.
April 3rd.
Wow.
Yes. So we feel really good about, you know, the partnership that he's doing with
Certainly,
Kingsbrook
yeah.
Medical Center, and hope
Yeah.
that, you know, this can be a success.
Sure.